Unsharp mask is based on an old photographic technique pioneered roughly in the 30s as a way of getting more apparent resolution out of images. It's basically a way of increasing the contrast between light and dark transitions by making the light side even lighter and the dark side even darker. This is how they did it. They took one copy of the negative, printed it out of focus. They blurred it. That's the unsharp part of it. Now they have a positive. They sandwich that on top of the original negative that's fully sharp. The blurred inverse on top of the normal image provides additional contrast on those edges because it's blurred information out onto the two sides. It's printed on high sensitivity paper to get back the original contrast in the image, and the result is an apparently sharper image. I'm going to recreate this technique roughly in After Effects to give you an idea what's going on. It's not perfect, but if you understand this, you'll have a better understanding of how Unsharp mask works and what its parameters mean. Here is the negative of the image that I want to sharpen. And particularly, let's watch details like around this guy's sleeve to see what we're going to do to sharpen these edges. Now this is negative. When I print a positive, I'll do the equivalent of inverting it, which would look like this. I'm going to press Shift plus F5 to save a snapshot of this image. This is the original unsharpened image. I'm going to turn off my print for now, start with my negative, and duplicate it. The first thing I want to do is print this duplicate negative out of focus. To do that, I'll apply any old blur and sharpen effect, such as say fast blur. I'll repeat the edge pixels, and I'll do a fairly generous blur of 3 pixels. This is more than I would normally use for an unsharp mask, but I want you to be able to see the results. I'm going to take this blurred version and print a positive. That means inverting it. Channel, invert. There's my blurred positive printed from my copy of the original negative. Now I want to sandwich together my blurred positive with my original negative. To do that in After Effects, the blend mode to use is multiply. That's the equivalent of sandwiching 2 slides together in a slide projector. There's my multiplied image. And you can already start to see what's going on. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. You can see this halo appear around like his sleeve, around the shoulder, around the collar. This is the edge sharpening that's taking place in this technique. Let's go back down in size, centered back up again. Okay, now that's 100% strength. Quite often this positive is printed weakly, so I'm going to go ahead and knock this down to just 50%. And like I said, we want to see a positive of this. There's my positive image. It's a bit washed out because I'm printing a positive and a negative sandwiched together. That's why originally they printed this on a high contrast paper to get the contrast back. To simulate that, I'm going to apply color correction levels. Now this won't be an exact adjustment, but it'll give you an idea of what's going on. I'm going to bring on my black point to get my contrast back, somewhere around there. Bring my gamma to get it somewhat back close to the original image, right in there. And I'm going to press F5. There's the original, and this is my sharpened image. I don't have the contrast exact, but you can see what's going on. There's the original negative. Here is my sharpened version, and you can see all sorts of additional details popping up in, say, this brick. Original, sharpened version. Let's go to his face. Original, sharpened version. A lot more detail than a stubble, and also even a little bit in his hat. Original, sharpened. So that's how Unsharp mask works. Takes a blurred copy and uses that to increase the contrast of these edges. That's because this dark to bright transition has been blurred out, spread out, inverted, and mixed back in. Now that you know the theory of how the original technique works, it'll be a lot easier to use the plugin to get the results you desire.